Hey everyone, welcome back to Super Mario All-Stars. It's been actually a very long time since I've done a video for this channel. Very unfortunate, but with Mario Maker 2 on the horizon, I should be able to start making more videos for it. It's really rough and tough though, with the schedule I've got with my new job that I've gotten recently. Basically, I have an evening shift, which means when I'm coming back home from the job, it's too late to start videos. And when I wake up in the morning, you don't feel like making videos because you gotta prepare for work, you know? Maybe eventually I'll be able to get a day shift, which will get me back at doing the stuff regularly, but for the time being, let's do Super Mario Bros. 2, as I said I would ages ago, feels like, although I think it's only been a couple of months. Anyway, Super Mario Bros. 2, well, I've already technically played it. It was actually Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels. This is Super Mario Bros. USA in Japan, but for us, it's Super Mario Bros. 2. Anyway, when Mario opened the door after climbing a long stair in his... Wow, didn't have enough time to read that. But after awakening, Mario went to a cave nearby, and to his surprise, he saw exactly what he saw in his dream. Which is stuff. Anyway, 4 playable characters in this game, because it is actually based on Doki Doki Panic, which had the son, the daughter, the father, and the mother. The father was indeed the shortest guy, I believe. We'll just play alternatively. I already technically played this on my main channel, but it was a ROM hack with different characters, so it did count. Not to mention, I think it was based on the NES original. This is the All-Stars version, which plays a bit differently. It also fixes a glitch, and I don't remember the controls. It's A to pick up? No, A is to jump. The heck? How did... Oh, you're not supposed to crouch to pick stuff up from the ground. Oh, okay. That's because in Super Mario Bros. X, you have to crouch to pick something up from under you. Also, I could have gotten some coins there to play a bonus, but I don't really have enough time to do that right now. In fact, I won't be able to complete this game just because I have to leave for work in less than an hour. So I'll probably play like half of the game, play into a couple of videos, and then continue it on tomorrow, hopefully. Otherwise, I basically have to play this during the weekend. If you collect 5 cherries, a star will pop up from below, and well, a star makes you invincible. However, sometimes the star spawns in a place where you cannot reach it, and therefore makes the whole thing completely useless. So that's fun. I can't really show everything about Mario 2, unfortunately. Oh, if you defeat a couple of enemies, a heart pops up from under you. I can't show everything about Mario 2 because there's actually multiple pathways and shortcuts everywhere, as it was for many NES games at the time. Like, if I go to the left here, it's actually gonna lead me to the boss faster, but I'm gonna do this the slow way. And if I was crafty, I could have just jumped off of that birdo down there to reach the, well, this path right up here. Saves a couple of seconds. I wonder how many people prefer this game to the other Marios. Most people would say Mario 3 is their favorite Mario. Or Mario World. But I'm sure some people like this game the best. For some reason. Maybe it's the music. It is a shame that Mario 2 doesn't seem to have... Mario Maker 2 doesn't seem to have a Mario 2 style for it, but... To Japan, this is non-canon, even though they use plenty of enemies from this game in the recent titles. Also, Birdo seems like a very easy enemy to deal with, but getting on those eggs she keeps firing is a little difficult for first-time players. Although once you get the rhythm, it's not very tough. Takes 5 minutes to beat level 1. Could have done it way faster, but you know. Now we're gonna play as Luigi, number 1. Oh, each world only has 3 stages, and the final world only has 2, but there's actually an in-game story reason for why this is done. And also, I should have played this stage as Peach to show a really broken shortcut that I could have used, but whatever. Basically, with Peach, you can just float to the other end without having to use the carpet. Speaking of which, with the carpet, if you jump quickly enough, you can actually completely skip this door, but we weren't going to do that anyway. Actually, can I do it from here like this? Yes, I can. Wow. But yeah, let's actually go ahead and try to open that door, because it introduces us to Phanto! Terrifying enemy. There's actually no music that plays there's no special music that plays when Phanto is around, but it looks terrifying. Anyway, our first star. Bombs are really frustrating to deal with. Unfortunately, we do have to use them to break open passages. The reason why they're so frustrating to deal with is because they damage you, and when you try to throw them down, if you're like right next to a wall, if I was like this, I couldn't throw it. The game wouldn't let me, which means it'd stay above my head, and then it explode in my hands. That's no good. Beware of enemies that just randomly start going towards you. Actually, the stage is already over. Yeah, it's not a very long stage. If I had skipped that segment back there, it would have been even shorter. Because of Luigi's floaty jumps, it's a little tricky sometimes. Incidentally, I want to mention something. Mario is probably the worst character in this game. Everyone uses Toad because Toad is nimble. Peach because float allows you to completely sequence break some levels very easily. Or Luigi for his long jumps. Mario, nothing special. He's just the average guy. Therefore, no reason to ever play as him. But yeah, Toad is the most used because Toad's special ability is, well, besides being nimble, picking stuff up much faster than the other characters from the ground. And since you have to pick some stuff up off of the ground sometimes, most people pick Toad for the speedruns. Whatever. Don't need to start. What's annoying about when you go to Subcon here, even though you're already in a dream world technically, is because if you make the door appear over the mushroom that gives you extra health, I think the mushroom doesn't appear. If it does, you don't see it. That's annoying. Oh, speaking of which, even though you can get extra permanent health upgrades for a stage, it won't stick around for after that. Also, I just picked a clock right here, which freezes enemies in place. Unfortunately, it's not really reliable. See, they just suddenly start moving again without warning. Damn it. So, if you go into Subcon right here, or the Dream World, whatever, and go down this, it's a shortcut. Yeah, actually, I have the rewind key. I'm just gonna present it what it looks like, because I'm not gonna use shortcuts otherwise. It looks like this. Warp World 4. Script quite a bit of content, eh? Gotta pick some coins so that we can actually see the bonus level too. Ow! Damn it! Yeah, compared to the previous stage, this one is much longer. And you might think, oh, should I go up or down? If you go down, you're just gonna find out that you need to keep from all the way up. It'd be like that sometimes. Yeah, I imagine this game is not a lot of people's favorite Mario just because of that kind of stuff. Where you're wondering, where am I supposed to go? And, well, guess what? You're supposed to go up, but you didn't know that, so you went down and wasted your time. This is actually a pretty tough stage for beginners. Just because of how long it is and because of Phanto right up here. Look at that. Super creepy with the thing in the background. Although I think that's an All-Stars exclusive. Kinda. Damn it, the enemy's back. You can use the key as a makeshift weapon if you want. Throw it properly. Don't throw it in a place where you cannot get it again, however. Oh wow, that was close. And it's very possible to die just because you're falling down there and you really mess up and hit the spikes. It happens! There are some very Kaizo-ish elements to this game. Kinda. Yes, I need health. The only way to get health by defeating the enemies. Otherwise, why would you even bother defeating them? To get them out of the way? To be cruel? Maybe. Damn it! I wanted the star. I didn't need it though, the level is over. Or is it? Nope. Time for a boss. Time for Mauser. The game wants to make sure you know how to use bombs, so, you know. Damn it. You can't go through that passage without taking a bomb, but That it's weird, but it works that way. Yeah, but you can grab bombs by. Oh, damn it! It's hard to explain when you're trying to focus. And I probably should not have picked Toad for this because Toad's jumps are really tiny. You can grab bombs that are being thrown towards you in midair. However, bombs explode. If you throw a bomb onto another bomb, I think they explode instantly. There, one hit. Come on, Mauser. There, 2 hits. I think it's 3 hits, maybe 4. Because 4 is death. Yep, 3 hits. I don't think I'm gonna actually be able to do as much stuff of this game in one go. I was actually quite nervous. Didn't get anything. Damn, bonus chance. Luck-based minigames in games of old? Wow, really the exact same thing. Luck-based stuff has always been a part of video games. The only difference now is that the game companies charge you $50 for a handful of more attempts on the games on the phones. So I don't know if it's obvious, but Doki Doki Panic has some serious Arabian Nights influences in its design. Also, some enemies that are truly monstrous and difficult, and I kind of wish they would be back. I'd love to see that enemy come back in Mario Maker 2. It'd be one of the more challenging ones to deal with, that's for sure. But here comes one of the more annoying parts of the game. Peach is slow when it comes to digging stuff up, but that's not the problem. The problem is you're just digging stuff up relentlessly without any particular challenge to it. There is a shtick to it. Basically, enemies drop down from where you dug up some patches, so you have to find a way to deal with them without having too much trouble, but it's the fact you have to do it relentlessly that is really annoying. There's another bunch of levels that will be like that in the future, but for now, they just introduced us to the concept. Very basic concept for now. Nintendo likes to pretend Super Mario Bros. USA didn't really happen in the canon, so they use enemies and stuff, and Peach's ability to float comes from this game, but I don't know. I think it may be because of legal reasons why this game is not as mentioned as often in the, like, when they're trying to reference older games and Mario titles, they don't really reference this one as much, or not very often. What I'm trying to say is that they really should add it on Mario Maker 2. And I remember this stage being tough for me when I was young. I'm not sure why though. Maybe it's because of the snakes that fire bullets. I played the bonus game a couple more times just to see if I can get something out of it. Not that I need the extra lives. I believe you have infinity chances because this is the All-Stars version, but you know. Quicksand! This one's particularly quick. Ha! Combo. I think I'm supposed to go over here. I think if you go to the left, you'll be able to get an extra health. So it's not really worth going over there, especially because you have to go use the bombs in such weird ways. And by weird ways, I mean tough ways, annoying ways, ways that are not really worth using. The game really is like that. It has these alternate passages that lead you to like just one extra health, and I want that star. Oof, good thing I got rid of the enemies, otherwise they would have followed me relentlessly. That's what I mean by finding out how to deal with the enemies in this type of level. Also, you want to go through the right passage. This snippet might dissuade you from doing that, but whatever. Yeah, but one way you can kind of get rid of the enemies... Ah! Damn it! One way you can kind of get rid of the enemies for some time is by just throwing them up. They will eventually come back down, though. Also, Birdo got a hair, not a hair color, got a color change, and now can occasionally fire fireballs, but not always. No. So occasionally means not very often, but often enough that you have to consider the chance that when you try to jump on one of her eggs, it will be a fireball. But I don't know, it's never been that much of a trouble for me. I don't know why this gives one up. I think it's because there's a 7. It's kind of weird. I think there's something somewhere that displays what combinations give what for the bonus minigame. But we won something, so I'm never going to play the bonus minigame anymore now. I like that you continue underground, because last level was underground. Also, there's a shortcut over here, I believe. No, never mind. That's not the place. Still, it's kind of neat that you can move left. I really do like this game, more than Mario 1. There's quite a few things unique to it. And how the hell are you supposed to go up there? Not like that. Like this. If you're not Luigi, you're gonna have to use the things that keep spawning to be able to get up here. Yeah, if you want to get the bonus, figure out where this thing is. But we're not getting the bonus of the games because we don't need to. Did want the extra health though. The game does get actually really tough later on, and man, I really want Mario 2 on Mario Maker 2. It has a unique flavor to it. I understand why they might have not done it. Like I mentioned, it's because Mario 2 is good. It's really ignored by Nintendo because it's not really a Mario game. But it's really because Mario 2 plays a lot more different than other Marios. You know, with the grabbing stuff from under you kind of thing, the health bar, that kind of stuff. Now this is a lot more respectable. You know, this kind of challenge. It immediately shows you that there's a locked door, so that you have to find a key. As opposed to giving you 2 paths, and then if you guessed wrong, you have to go to the other path and then come back to the path that you chose first. I think it's Luigi that actually digs up the slowest. Now I think about it. Get rid of all the enemies, of course. Well, most of them. This time, it doesn't matter which side you picked. The key! Come on, Luigi. Hell? Okay, yeah, I wasn't running fast. Phanto! Because then there's like 7 Phantom masks. I don't understand why not all of the Phantom masks try to follow you, but that would have been scary. Ow! Phanto got me. Oof. Bring back Phanto, Nintendo. The perfect type of enemy to bring into Mario Maker 2. A lot of these jars, you can actually enter them, and there's nothing inside. That always bothers me. Like, some of them do have something inside, but most of them don't. Ugh. Anyway, it's time for the Hydra. It only has 3 heads, though, and they don't, it doesn't get any more heads than this. However, you have a limited amount of ammo, quote-unquote. So be careful. When I was young, I would always pile up the, weird. I don't know where that enemy comes from. When I was young, I would always pile up those things in a barrier sort of way to make things easier for me. Because the Hydra doesn't know how to aim. It always fires at the same place over and over and over. And I actually have enough time to play World 3. I think there's 7 worlds? Yeah, so we'll get roughly half of the game done this session. If you fall, yes, you do have to climb all the way back up. And you will fall because this is what you have to do at the end. Imagine if you got all the way here without knowing how to do the super jump. To super jump, you have to hold down and don't move for about 2 seconds, I want to say. I'm sure someone in the comment section below will give us the exact amount of time we needed to charge a super jump. Like the exact amount of frames. Now, if I remember correctly, yes, you can go to the left if you have one of those enemies come up and you fly on them. I always do enjoy the fact that this game offers quite a few shortcuts. There's a time limit to how long you can stay in this dream world. I think I've shown it before, but it's not very long. You only get like 4 seconds, I want to say. Ah! Well, I think you might as well show my first death. That was me screwing up though. And you start back here. There are checkpoints in this game. They're not that generous, but they are there. And also you get to keep the extra health you found. So it's not too punishing. There is a reason to keep lives. But yeah, it's obvious that your first death will be something like this. And yes, those blue things are the most dangerous type of enemy. Like seriously. They throw their fireballs like that and they move towards you. Ridiculous. Also Zawardo. Nothing here though. Or wait. What? Okay, that was weird. I pressed the key that made the game rewind at super speed. So we're back to after I lost my first life back there. That was weird though. I've never seen ZesNES do that. Yes, I use ZesNES as an emulator still. Mostly because I'm too tired to just bring out SNES right now because it'd be like that. But what the hell? That kind of stupid enemy respawned that quickly. Yeah, I think the reason why it respawned is because I didn't let it fall off of the stage, but whatever. I never seen ZesNES do something like that, where it rewinds super quickly and you have to put it back at normal speed again. That was weird. Hopefully it won't happen ever again. 3 fireballs at once? Are you kidding me? I do wonder what Birdo is supposed to be. Like, I'm sure some of you have already heard about this, but Birdo is trans in Japan, because or rather in Japan it's supposed to be a guy that is pretending to be a girl or something like that. It's hard to describe without sounding offensive in a weird way. But I think I have a theory. I think it's because back in this era when this game was first made and it was Doki Doki Panic, not Super Mario Bros. USA. I believe that Birdo was a reference to characters from not TV shows, but it's because this game has a very very much influenced by not Saturday Night Live stuff, but oh, by the way, speaking of which, if you fall off without climbing down the ladder, well, you can't fall off like this right now, but if you do fall off, it's instant death. Also, I'm not going to lose my health because that was just trying to show something. Anyway, it's because Birdo and a lot of enemies here are based on references to bars from Japan late at night. At least that's what I think. I'm not positive. But one of those types of characters that would be shown... How am I supposed to throw this bomb down? What the heck? Bombs are useless! One of these characters would be a woman that is actually really a man. I think that's a shtick. I can't confirm 100%, but I think that's what Birdo is supposed to reference. There's a similar thing with Poison from Final Fight, you know, the Capcom game. And I ran out of bombs. I can't actually proceed any further. Final Fight was made around the same era and has a distinctive, similar urban type of character reference. And thank goodness you have some invincibility frames. Oh my goodness, I have to start all over. That's my theory. So I don't think it's particularly meant to be offensive, just that it's a reference to something that the foreigners wouldn't get, or even some Japanese people wouldn't get. Of course, that's just a theory. A game theory. I really don't know, to be sure. It's just what I think, because this game is weird. And back in that era of video games, a lot of Japanese games had grassroots influences, so to speak. And yes, I could have just floated across like this with Peach, but I wanted to go through the level. It's like I said, you can die like this. Oh, so annoying. No, I'm not. That's stupid. I'm not gonna take that. And you can float from here to here. All there was is... There's nothing. There's no point. You might as well float. Oh, this is annoying. You have to time it. And I suck at timing. I suck really bad at timing, jeez. That's not good enough, I think. Oh, no, it is! Thank goodness for Peach's floating ability. Oh, yeah, this is a part where there's a... No, not this. Leave this here. Oh, no, that's right, you can only blow up one. And it was the wrong one! Damn it! Yes, I could reset it to get the mushroom, but it's not that important. I'm trying to think about other references to late night shows or whatever that this game makes a reference to. Because as I said, back in this era of video games, there were lots of references to Japanese comedians, I want to say. Anyone remember that Capcom fighting game, Marvel vs. Street Fighter, I think? I don't know if it was Marvel Street Fighter or the very first Marvel game, Marvel Capcom crossover game, period. Well, I think Marvel vs. Street Fighter was the first crossover game, but whatever. There was a Marvel game made by Capcom that had a joke character only in the Japanese version of the game that was playable, and it was based on a Japanese comedian. I can't remember his name. Noriaki? I don't remember, but whatever case, the references were a little on the nose, like very, very obvious. But obviously the character was only Japanese exclusive because, well, us Baka Gaijins wouldn't get the references. We couldn't possibly understand the idea of why they would spend some development time on a character completely unrelated to Marvel. Huh? Now, where are you supposed to go? Well, not in this door down there, because that would, that's an exit, I believe. Wow. I remember having trouble with this stage back when I was playing the ROM hack version of Mario 2. Just saying. Because this is annoying. Also, yes, there is a wraparound to these levels. Kind of convenient, although not very obvious. Damn it. Do it like this, too. Ah! Got me. It confuses the enemies, the thing. The enemies always follow you in the direction well, where you are on the screen. But as far as the game really is concerned, technically, you could just be, like, it would be faster for them to go in the opposite direction. Anyway, if you keep moving left like this, you should be fine. Maybe. Phanto is devious, after all. Sometimes these enemies get in the way. Oof. Get away, Phanto. Get away! Oh my goodness, he actually got me. Wasn't expecting it to do that. Now, the unfortunate thing is that because of the checkpoint system, I have to start back here. Get the key again. That's the challenge of getting the keys. Yeah, this is a really tough level, I want to say. Pretty fast to do it this way. Yep. So if I were to die here, I will be right next to the key. That would be convenient. That's not how the level works, so I'm gonna do it like this. Ow! What? Ah, damn it! I hit a wall. I am really running out of time, though. I have to catch a bus to work. That's how it works. But at least I start back here. My current shift is 1 to 9, evening shift. My shift next week will be 12 to 8, so I'll have to leave even earlier than usual. But it does mean I'll have more time to spare to make some stuff when I come back home after my shift. So that works out. There is a limit to how many enemies can be on screen. And if you throw the key away, Phanto leaves you alone. Ain't that great? Bombs, I don't want them. There, you just throw the key away and suddenly Phanto doesn't care, even though the key's right there. I think the intention was for them to try to recover the key, maybe, or the key to disappear after some time, but they didn't program that in because it'd be too frustrating. Because really, anyway, this stage is tough because there's a bunch of enemies you can't defeat, and because of that you can't get health back, and makes every hit more punishing. Speaking of health, I probably really should have gone to try to find the extra health in this level. There's a maximum of 2 each level. Don't know why I would go in that door. Maybe it's a shortcut. Who knows? No, it's an exit. I can't go up here. Yep, if I were to fall down here, I'd have to start over. You know, that kind of stuff. Dangerous, jeez. It's a very tough level. No wonder I remembered failing repeatedly back when I was playing the ROM hack version of this. Yeah, now I'm up here. Yep. If I were to go down there, it'd be back to before. Damn it. Easier if I do it from here. Oof. Health. And invincibility. No! Ah! Didn't mean to fall. So I got to defeat some enemies. Man, the level designers sure love the Sparky right over here. Placed them everywhere. Ah, Koopa Shell. I'm not sure this was introduced for this game or something like that. It is fun though, and it actually feels like it belongs to the game in a weird sense. You know, it's time for boss number 3. It's Mouser again! Ha 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 ha! Bet you didn't see that coming, huh? It is surprising they're actually making us fight Mouser again so quickly though. And I actually want to get rid of that Sparky that's going around the level right now. Quite annoying. Damn it. What? Okay, I guess the bomb does have to explode on the Sparky to actually affect it. Perhaps I should actually just focus on beating Mouser then. Yeah, the bombs have a hitbox, quote unquote. Lasts a bit of time. You generally want to throw the bombs in the center of Mouser's area to give you the maximum chance to actually hit him. If you throw them on the sides, there's a chance they won't hit him. And yes, he has more health in this iteration. 5 health? Oh, cool, I got rid of that thing. Perfect. Makes it less dangerous to go around. Die, Mauser, die! Actually, now that I think about it, perhaps Mauser was moved to the Stage 3 boss in this game. I think in the advanced version of Mario 2, Mauser was moved to World 4. Maybe. There's something like that, I think. Whatever the case, I think that's it for now. Hope you've all enjoyed this video. I'll stay. Next time, we'll do the rest of the game, hopefully. Bye-bye!